All right, let's get right into it. We have all seen them, right? Those super tempting free bet offers that just pop up on our screens. But have you ever really stopped to think about what's going on behind that simple, generous-looking little button? Well, today, we're going to pull back the curtain on the absolutely fascinating psychology of a free bet.
You can picture it perfectly, can't you? It feels so familiar, totally harmless, maybe even like you just got a little gift. And, it's designed to feel exactly that way. But the real story here, it's not about the money. It's all about what happens inside your mind the very second you decide, yeah, I'll claim that.
And that brings us to the big question, the heart of this whole thing. Why are these companies so happy, so eager to give away what looks like free cash? The answer, it turns out, is this brilliant mix of marketing and cognitive psychology. And trust me, it's designed to do a whole lot more than just give you a freebie.
So let's start right at the beginning. What happens in that exact moment when you accept that so-called gift? It might seem like just a simple click, no big deal. But psychologically, oh, it's a huge first step.
Think of it like this. That free bet is a gateway handshake. A handshake is an agreement, right? It's an entry point. So the free bet isn't just some promotion, it's an invitation to come inside, to participate, and to completely change your relationship with the platform. And that handshake, it leads you right here, to crossing this invisible but incredibly important psychological line. And this is where the magic, at least for the provider, really starts to happen.
Just look at this transformation. 1 minute, you're a curious visitor, just browsing around, window shopping. The next, you place that free bet, and boom, you're now an active participant. And participation, well, that creates attachment. All of a sudden, the outcome of that game feels personal. It's your bet on the line, and that just makes everything way more exciting. Okay, so you've got this feeling of attachment, right? Well, that's about to get supercharged by a really well-known cognitive bias. It's called the endowment effect, and it is a very powerful tool in the provider's toolkit. So what is the endowment effect? Put simply, it means that as soon as that free bet is in your account, your brain does this little switcheroo. It stops seeing it as a gift from them. Instead, you start to see it as your own asset. It becomes yours. And this right here just lays it all out. For the provider, it's just a line item, a marketing cost. But for your brain, it's an asset you now possess. And what do we do when we feel like we own something? We don't want to waste it. So you start exploring, looking for that perfect game to use it on, and you get more and more familiar with their world. All right, so you've participated, you feel a sense of ownership, but believe it or not, that isn't even the most powerful part of this whole process. There's one more layer to this, and honestly, this is the real picker. It's called the activation trigger. This is the mechanism that takes this simple act of placing a bet and literally wires it to a powerful emotional response deep inside your brain. This is a great way to think about it. It's like that first time you ever tasted chocolate. The thrill you get from placing that bet, from having some skin in the game, from watching the outcome, especially if you win, that triggers a release of dopamine. Your brain registers that feeling and basically says, "Whoa, that was awesome, let's do that again." And just like that, the link is formed. So you see, that free bet, it's not just a one-off thing, it is a conditioning event. It's the first lesson for your brain, teaching it that opening this app and placing a bet can lead to this feeling of excitement and anticipation. It's an incredibly powerful association to create. Now, what's really interesting is that providers can wrap this activation trigger in a few different ways. Some use these complex conditions that make it feel like you're solving a fun puzzle, which just boosts how much you engage with it. Others keep it super simple, building a sense of trust. But either way, complex or simple, the goal is always the same: to get you activated. So when you put all of these pieces together, the handshake, the ownership, the trigger, the free bet stops looking like a simple gift and starts looking like something else entirely. It's a psychological bridge, carefully designed from the very start to the very finish. So let's just walk through that journey one last time. The free bet isn't just a gift. It's that gateway handshake that invites you to participate. Then it triggers the endowment effect, so you feel like you own it. And finally, it acts as that activation trigger, conditioning your brain to link the app with excitement. It's a perfectly designed on-ramp. This really is the ultimate question to ask yourself the next time that offer pops up. Are you just grabbing a generous freebie?
Or are you taking the first step onto a pathway that has been expertly designed to guide you toward deeper and longer-term engagement? And the final takeaway, the answer to that question is this: it's both. And that is exactly what makes the whole thing so brilliant. It genuinely is a gift, but it's also a sophisticated psychological mechanism working at the same time. Understanding that is the real key to seeing what's actually on offer.